Yeah, you should optimise your boat. You should try and make your boat as good a boat as it can be.
I think optimisation, there's a lot of people who claim
fallacy.
optimisation, but I think you've got to continue to look at ways of optimising your boat if you want to be competitive.
Well, speaking as a naval architect or a yacht designer, I would suggest yes. We're entitled to try and optimise your boat or engage someone who can maybe point you in the right direction.
It's entirely up to you. I think if you're racing, then you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't optimise it to the fullest extent, within your capabilities.
Speaking as a measurer, I don't think that's our responsibility to offer advice on optimising boats.
Of course, if you optimise the boat, you will have a greater chance of doing better under your chosen rating rule.
As a boat owner and a measurer, I'm well aware of optimisation techniques.
I'm a naval architect. Hell yeah. No, really it comes down to what costs and the benefits that are going to be, that you're going to get out of it, and just being realistic about it. If you're out there and you want to just be enjoying your sailing to be the best, maybe it's just a matter of going out and training once or twice a week, or trying to get a consistent crew, having fun on the water, and you'll get as many benefits as, say, adding a sugar scoop on the end and mucking around with your rig and sails.
You need to be if you want to be competitive, you need to be smart in how you've got your boat set up.
Yep.
So I'll give a local example. In WA, we have a screaming sea breeze that comes in at clockwork at 1 o'clock every afternoon up until the 28th of February, pretty much. You can set your clock by it. So you might want to have a smaller set of sails on your certificate that gets you through that first part of summer, knowing that you're going to have plenty of wind to play with. And then come the beginning of March, the sea breeze disappears and we basically run in light air. So then you might want to do an amendment on your certificate and bring out a bigger jib and maybe a bigger kite, just so that you've got enough horsepower. So you're effectively changing the setup of your boat depending on the weather that you think you're going to deal with.
We find here that we in the summer we run an inter-club series called Club Marine Series, which are windward returns, which encourages boats to set up their boats in a certain configuration. Windward return races normally favour masthead kites because it's just an up and down course. So optimising for those series is quite different from optimising for the ocean or passage racing.
Brad, have a go at that.
Seek the advice of the yacht designer first. It's a very complicated equation to optimise a yacht in particular cases, for particular conditions or venues. It's definitely contact your consultant and have a talk to them.
I think optimising is a bit of a fallacy. The boats that consistently do well have good sails,
Yes.
and good crew, and a good maintenance program.
Yeah.
And if one of those things is missing, then you're not going to do as well as you could.
I don't think you should be optimising a boat for racing. You should be optimising a boat for performance.
From my perspective, get it measured accurately. Make sure the sails that you're rated with are the same sails that you're actually using.
I would probably recommend most owners wishing to have optimisation start at probably the lower levels like sail, geometry, types of sails. It's a relatively fairly cheap solution to start that, go down that road before you start looking at hulls and so forth.
Concentrate on the performance, don't concentrate on the rating.
To be quite on my view, 9 times out of 10, the naval architects get paid a lot of money to get it right in the first instance. So there's actually I don't think there's a huge number of things that you can do outside of that that's going to make your boat go any faster than Bruce Farr designed it to?
Again, you need to contact an independent optimizer, somebody that offers that sort of service. There are various yacht designers and naval architects around, and others within the sport who offer that sort of service.
Again, you've got to seek the advice of the consultant and work out really the best bang for your dollar, I guess, at the end of the day. What will improve your performance where, and for how much, and for what penalty, if any?
I've seen a few people in recent months spend a lot of money with consultants.
Yeah.
Trying to optimise their boats, and new certificates come back exactly the same as the ones before, or maybe one click difference.
Yeah.
There are three things you mentioned there: rudders, keels and hulls. Probably the easiest one is a rudder. There are established designs for rudders that are well accepted around. Keels are a new issue where we see probably a dozen different keels out there on the water. And probably the hardest optimisation might be a hull.
If you're in a race and you get put about on port and starboard,
Yeah.
that's probably worth 5 points an hour.
Yeah.
You know, it takes 15 seconds to tack and slow down. That's 5 points an
Yeah.
hour. You'd be better off working on your crew work and strategy to not be put in that position on a racetrack.
One bad jive.
Yeah.
Get your boat right. I think that's the thing. Get it a good balanced boat. Get it something that works well. There's no point in having a boat which you think works really, really well on paper or works really well in the design office, but actually you can't keep the thing going in a straight line. No point in that. You've got to be able to get the boat in the groove and get it working.
I personally think you're better off optimising your crew work, optimising your strategy, optimising your position on the race course, rather than investing thousands of dollars in optimising a boat.
Just say, for example, that reducing your sail area, whilst it may reduce your rating, won't necessarily improve your performance to rating ratio. So you may end up just going slower than the predicted reduction in your rating.
Depends whether it's an alteration to change your rating or to increase your performance.
Make sure that your sails are in good condition. Make sure they're current. When they're worn out, get a new set.
Speak to your sail maker normally, naturally.
You can recut sails to a certain extent to give them a little bit longer life.
Again, I think it's the same thing. It's just look at the boat, look at the sails, look at the configuration, look at the racing that you do. There's no point in carrying a 150% Genoa in the bilge that never comes out. No point in getting rated for that. There's no point in getting rated for a huge spinnaker if you never use it.